Hello. I already said goodbye and thank you for watching and so on, but I thought about it. I thought, hey, let's put a little bit more into this video as a sidebar, because the more I thought about it, the more I thought, hey, you know what? Maybe part of this video was not correct, and just flat out blanket statement like I had made would be a disservice to myself, I guess, if you could think about it like that. Like I said, felt like I would be doing myself a disservice if I didn't mention that the part in this video where I said I am with confidence a straight cisgender man, not entirely true. Not to say that it's not true, because I am a straight cisgender man as far as I'm aware, but it's not as confident as I made it out to be. I'm not that confident in it. So I've kind of always had some issues with, looking in the mirror and seeing more masculine things about myself than I would like to. I've always kind of thought, hey, it would be kind of cool if I could be a little bit more feminine. Some days I even think, oh, wouldn't it be awesome if you were a girl? I'm not fully ashamed to say that. I'm a little bit nervous to say it because, I don't know, it's just odd to say, I guess, for me, because I haven't been through anything like that. After a long time of just being the quote-unquote straight, white, cisgender man, it's like randomly thinking, hey, maybe there is something a little bit different about you is jarring, to say the least, but not in like a bad way. It's just like a way I'm not used to. I think the big thing that helped me kind of realize that, hey, maybe I could go out and say something like this, is that I did, in fact, today, when I was really thinking hard about it and really trying to think about what my identity was, I messaged one of my trans friends, sorry, I can't speak, and I pretty much asked something along the lines of, hey, how did you know? What doing situation? I don't know. And essentially, two things. One, I got most of the time, her trans friends, before being trans, would ask other trans people the same exact question, and that was part of the process. To which I went, oh, odd that that's happening to me right now, but the more I thought about it, I don't think I am. Don't think I'm trans. But what I do think is that I would like to be a little feminine from time to time, and I don't know how comfortable I am just being referred to as he, him, and that's it. When I think about situations where someone would accidentally call me a woman or call me man, I don't dislike it. In fact, sometimes it's kind of uplifting and makes me feel good, which, who knows what that could mean. A great example of when that happened, I was working at a grocery store at one point, and I think I was wearing a mask because I was sick or something, and some older lady tried to call for my attention and said like, hey, ma'am, can I get some help? And I just looked over and went, oh, yeah, sure, yeah, that's me. And I wasn't even upset. I didn't try and correct her. I'm like, yeah, totally. And from that moment on, it was kind of like most people who are comfortable with the fact that they're a man would probably correct the person in that situation, which is why it was kind of different to me. So yeah, the more I thought about it, the more I'm like, yeah, maybe I should bring this up, because I'm sure if you're already watching a video about gender, you're probably interested in the topic. Granted, I did clickbait. Well, not really clickbait. I talked about what I said I was going to talk about, but I kind of interwove this whole gender concept in this video, which is very accurate. It's just probably not fully what you were expecting when you click on a video about Pokemon, but whatever. I wanted to elaborate further just on that personal thought, mostly so, one, this video wouldn't be outdated if one day I did suddenly decide that I was not just a man, cisgender, so on and so forth. But at the same time, it was kind of one of those things where I wanted to make a point that if you're in a similar situation to me and you are or have always been just like a straight guy, or even if you were just a straight woman or whatever, and you start to think that, hey, maybe there's more to you than you originally thought, you don't need to be ashamed, and you don't need to feel weird about it. Like, I do feel weird about it, but that doesn't mean that I'm really fully ashamed. And I'm trying to kind of teach myself that it's okay to think a certain way about yourself, and to think, hey, maybe I'm not exactly as I presented my entire life, and that's okay. It really is. And to kind of wrap things up, I do want to talk about the last other thing my trans friend had mentioned, which is what made me even comfortable to talk about this kind of thing to begin with, and that is that, you know, it's okay to sit on this idea. It's okay to think, hey, maybe there's this thing about me, and maybe even experiment with the idea. Like, okay, well, let's present this way, and let's change the pronoun on Twitter, or whatever the hell you want to do, and let's think about it. And if you suddenly decide one day that, hey, that's not it, that's not me, I am what I am, and I'm comfortable with that, then you don't need to keep presenting that way, because you changed yourself to begin with. You can just be like, yeah, you know, I tried, and it's not for me. And yeah, it's that simple. And the second she said that, it was kind of like a, you know, it was that, yeah, you know, I can come out and say this kind of thing, and maybe it'll help someone else in the same situation if I bring it up. So yeah, if you did watch this far into the video, thank you. I literally was just yapping the entire time. I'm genuinely shocked that you didn't click off the second that I talked for more than a minute straight. Granted, that's what this video was, but it was scripted, so it was like streamlined, and I'm not a very streamlined person when it comes to just wah, 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 you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's it. I'm seeing the recording time, it's like 8 minutes, so hopefully this isn't an additional 8 minutes to the video, and if it is, who gives a shit? Okay, bye-bye.